What are live movies? Is this a thing that's still going on? Generic intro into that goes movie here, back with another nostalgic video. Today we're doing another Christmas review with A Christmas Story Live, which has been requested for quite a long time. It's a 6-year-old video. I'm still not familiar with Christmas Story and Christmas Carol. I didn't actually learn what a Christmas Carol was until Nostalgia Critic introduced me to it. Same with A Christmas Story. Last week's video was the most insane Christmas rom-com, which was Holiday in Handcuffs. You can check out my reaction to that, which was a wild video. I'll leave it right up there. Also, link down below in the description. Also, in a place on my channel with all my other Nostalgia Critic reactions. Go in chronological order. If you want to binge watch all of them, there's like a couple hundred in there at this point. And that video had a charity shout out at the end of the video, and it was supposed to go to like Akron Canton Food Bank. They don't accept donations up to a certain amount, so that video made a whopping $3.47 the first day. Yeah, YouTube is just amazing right now. So I donated it to Samaritan's Purse, which is helping with Hurricane Helene relief, because Western North Carolina is still absolutely devastated. I'm actually going to be heading that way here in a couple weeks, actually. So I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for the patrons. I wouldn't be able to do all these videos if it wasn't for the patrons. So shout out to them. They got all the videos there early for $3 a month. I seriously could not do this if it was not for them. I do read all your comments, whether you're patron or not, whether you're subscribed or not, and hope you're subscribed, as we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. But I hope you're having a wonderful day, and hopefully I can make it a tiny little better. Let me know the next nostalgic video should be down below in the comment section. Did you see one you agree with? Definitely like it. But let's go ahead and jump into A Christmas Story Live.
This episode brought to you by Stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
Why go to the store to get stamps when you can have them printed right at home for your convenience?
Fair enough. But yeah, no, last one was the most insane Christmas rom-com, and it was insane. But also, at the time of recording this, we're like, if we need to get like 29 subscribers a day, like positive, for the rest of the month, hit 100,000 on New Year's Eve. It's that close. And that's right around the number we're hovering at. So if you're not already subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it. Like, it would help a lot, because it's gonna be close. It's literally going to be so close. But yeah, I didn't know what A Christmas Story or A Christmas Carol was until Nostalgia Critic.
I summon ye Christmas.
Imagine if he said, I cast Thunderspell. Nice.
There, I did a nice little Christmas intro, and nobody got hurt, no worlds blew up or anything. Everything is good. I don't hear that.
That's the Illinois, it's fine.
I don't hear that either. Whatever it is, I'm sure it had nothing to do with my Christmas intro.
Yep.
How is that even possible? Anyway, let's talk about live shows. Since pretty much the dawn of television,
what is a
live
show?
shows have been a very regular thing. But they've had a bit of an explosion these past 5 years. Shows like The Sound of Music with Carrie Underwood, Peter Pan with Christopher Walken, and The Wiz with Queen Latifah have been raking in big numbers for NBC. Clearly because they were good, right?
Oh, yeah.
What? What are live movies?
Kind of good.
Is this a thing that's still going on?
Left out of the musical equivalent of dogs playing poker, Fox decided to throw their hat into the ring with Grease Live with Vanessa Hudgens and the Rocky Horror Picture Show with Laverne Cox. The specials apparently did well enough to warrant what Fox was hoping to be the crowning achievement of hokiness, because Lord knows we haven't made it hokey enough already.
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
Oh yeah, the leg lamp. Is this like an actual
America's need
thing?
to destroy this movie, A Christmas Story Live does its best to turn that small-town innocent family classic with a hint of an edge into a tacky singing Hallmark card covered in falling glitter with an unfunny joke inside. But where a card only gives you a second of annoyance, this one delivers 2 hours and 15 minutes of cyanide fruitcake.
That's way too much.
And that's without commercials. With commercials, it's 3 goddamn hours. The special is like a forgettable ugly sweater that someone paid millions of dollars to glamour up, creating an even more forgettable ugly sweater. It's the kind of special that rips out what was charming and fresh from the original and replaces it with what Google Translates would interpret as charming and fresh. It's a miserable experience
so is this
from
supposed to be
beginning
like
to end, so
theater but on TV kind of deal? But
this
live?
This is why Christmas
is
can
it actually
have nice
live?
Things. Let's take a look at Christmas Story Live.
I just watched my first Broadway thing. Kirby made me watch.
I'll
is
try
that
this
BB
again.
Rexa?
Let's take a look at Christmas Story Live.
That is BB Rexa.
Okay,
Let's
my
go.
bad. I seem to have put on Old Navy Presents a Camp Rock Christmas. What's that? The fictional person I'm pretending is off camera to make this joke work is telling me this is, in fact, A Christmas Story.
Oh.
Don't know
Yeah,
how
Kirby
I
made me watch
recognize
Hamilton,
that.
and
I mean, Christ, literally, the first scene is 100% wrong. It took effort to be this wrong. It's like starting off a Christmas classic everybody knows like this.
Me so horny. Me so horny.
It's a Wonderful Life, is it?
Well, now I feel obligated to say this. Don't do that, Fox. We actually know you would now. So after trying to make Ralphie's bunny pajamas somehow hot, we bizarrely have enough sexy rabbits, thank you. Something kind of resembling A Christmas Story finally starts. And at first, I will admit, it is impressive to think this is all done live. The shots, the visuals, the movement, the timing. This would all be difficult
it's a
to do
live
on its own,
stream?
taking out that you have to get it done on the first take. But sadly, it's narrated by an actor who's
live
known
TV.
for giving a performance
Like
like
the
it's his
news.
first take. Matthew, he was good in that one thing. Broderick. Broderick's entire performance is the most constant reminder that this is live. Because he's so incredibly awkward that you swear rather than creating emotion first and racing against the clock second, he's racing against the clock first and creating emotion never.
I had
Never.
renewed reasons for optimism. Santa was on the case. I'd heard a lot of no in the past 3 weeks from no less than Santa
What else was
himself.
he in?
Michigan was so polluted you could run halfway to Milwaukee before you sank to the bottom. Here it is. Here it is, the house on Cleveland Street. Ah, Higbee's, the high water mark of the pre-Christmas season.
Everything he says is like the flower shop scene from The Room. Any human feeling accidentally entering the
Tommy
equation is
Wiseau.
clearly an indirect byproduct.
For months I'd been thinking of the Red Rider and nothing else. Now here it was,
that
the real thing.
like a
That's a
wagon?
lot of shit. Maya Rudolph plays Ralphie's mom, and Ralphie is played by Andy Walken. No relation to Christopher Walken that I know of, yet somehow he still inherited every one of his scary faces.
Don't seem desperate or you're done.
Okay, before I go too harsh on this kid, he is a kid, and he's still
Yeah.
learning, and to his credit, he's been in a lot of other stuff. Movies, a steady gig on a TV show. I legitimately
heard of
hope
it.
his talent grows and he has a nice long career.
I don't have cable. My TV
But
has
when
not been
you
on
put
in
that
weeks.
kid in eye-warping glasses with frames so black even Tim Burton would say too dark on a live show where you can't always get the best lighting, flattering camera angles, and you're encouraged to come across big and silly, unchecked, that kid can be terrifying. Look at the way the shadow hits his eyes. He looks like Harry
Yeah.
Potter turning into Gollum.
Yeah.
Did you know the same director of A Christmas Story also directed Black Christmas? You would if he put these shots of that kid in both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's hope his singing can balance things out.
Then there's Mother. She can be tough.
Singing's pretty good.
Drop a couple hints.
Ooh, maybe not that note.
He's really good and the kids are all right. Anyway, he's just a little boy. What's Broderick's excuse?
That's right, boys. Take it from me. Me, if you want to keep your homestead free of villains, I give you Old Blue.
Oh, one of these days the Blue Fairy will come and make me a real actor.
There's nothing
Blue
wrong
chips?
with your monitor, by the way. The aspect ratio keeps changing.
Ah,
I'm
yeah,
assuming
'cause
this
lighting.
is whenever there's a fantasy Ralphie is having. Which means there must have been
Oh.
some confusing thoughts he was going through when these women came out in his PJs.
BB Rexa. We do not need to zoom in.
Okay, look, kid, I really hope one day you can look back and be like, remember A Christmas Story Live? Wasn't it funny how much that didn't work and I didn't belong there? But now I'm a huge star making millions and
It's almost
everybody
like
loves me.
the
I can
New
look back
Year's
and laugh
fireworks
now, it's
shows,
funny.
or the
But for right now,
Thanksgiving parades.
The special is interrupted by a nice recognition of the first responders to last year's California wildfires.
Oh,
Please
okay.
join us in
That's
honoring the
good.
first responders who put their lives on the line.
Pretty sure
to
it's
serve
more
and
than 6 of
protect
them,
us
but
all.
But I'll admit, it's a little
Some appreciation,
muddied
it's better
where
than none.
immediately after, instead of promoting a wildfire charity you could give to, it instead pushes a special Twitter emoji if you tweet their hashtag. Oh, heck with those wildfires. I want that emoji. Ah! I deserve that. If you've seen the original, a lot of this will seem familiar. Ralphie drops hints that he wants a BB gun, the father fights with the furnace slaps him, I guess, and legitimately good
Normal.
improv overshadows this prop malfunction.
Let me look at the bills, the bills, the bills, the bills, the bills. Would you get that, honey, please? What is this here?
That's good improv.
Yeah, oh, we've got our bills.
My God, that was the only part of the musical that actually felt genuine.
Because
It
it
felt
kind of was.
real and not forcibly overblown, much
Also,
like
the camera
original.
just went
So,
crazy there.
The only part of A Christmas Story Live that actually felt like a Christmas story was literally by accident. There's a profound Zen riddle in
What
there
even
somewhere,
was
but
that?
it's distracted by another shitty song number. This one's about crosswords.
People wonder why I don't like musicals.
That's what was missing from the original.
I have been listening to a lot of the songs from Hazbin Hotel, though.
Hey, where's the bars on this one? It was in all of the other fantasies. Why isn't it in this one? Are we supposed to assume this isn't a fantasy and there's actually a game show going on in his kitchen? About as much as Broderick's line delivery here isn't the loudest cry for help this musical can muster.
With Rinso, it's easy to pretend everything's fine.
Production denial never felt so benign.
Tinkerbell's pal, forever a boy, Peter.
Peter.
Peter,
Three letters? Yeah, Peter.
Okay.
Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky. That's not gonna fit.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna win with that encyclopedia knowledge.
Here's the intro to the bullies, and again, listen to the original narrator, the author of the book, talk about these people as if they were real compared to a professional, world-famous actor who does this for a living.
God, Farkas, what a rotten name. Staring out
Maybe
at us with his
they're just
yellow
trying to make it
eyes.
more-
He had yellow eyes, so help me God, yellow eyes.
Scott Farkas. Even his name sounded mean and dirty. And Farkas had yellow eyes. I swear he did.
But to be fair, Broderick got paid a lot of money to do this, and the author only
much?
did it because he wanted to.
Dancing in Snow is kind of crazy, especially
They
these
did a
kids
song
in
about
unison.
How rotten the bullies are, and the more I watch, the more I realize the songs themselves actually aren't that bad for what they are. They have good melodies and clever lyrics, but they belong in a big, over-the-top production.
It takes a lot for
which
me
is
to
not
actually
what Christmas
enjoy a
Story
musical.
was ever meant to be.
Like, they actually have to
were
put
little
effort into
scenes
the
that
songs.
felt real because they were little. It's like the brother crying in the kitchen. That's so sweet and feels so real because it's allowed to be a smaller moment. I feel like here if they did that scene, they'd just be like, under the sink, under the sink. But they make up for that with comic gold like the teacher, played by Jane Krakowski, being obsessive compulsive.
That's a last name.
Our first activity of the day will be...
That's the cleanest
What you
desk I've
saw
ever
adds
seen.
nothing to anything and should have been left out. Our apologies.
If I could get Miss Shields to sympathize with my plight, she might phone my mother
looks
and
at the camera.
implore her to get me that gun.
That doesn't sound cryptic at all.
Those assholes that owe
In
me
school?
the drugs money will pay. Nobody messes with Gangster Ralphie. Nobody.
Ralphie to the rescue!
He has another fantasy about saving people with his BB gun. Again, not a bad number on its own, but
You
in the
should never
original,
hope
it's
to
short and
actually have to
sweet.
use
Only
it.
2 minutes. In this version, it's 6 minutes of this.
Filler? 'Cause it's
so
3 hours long?
boring and pointless. I almost pray there'll be a screw up to make things more interesting.
But I think that everyone should have a Red Ryder BB gun.
Oh, sorry, the mics in my fantasy forgot to turn off. We then follow that fantasy with another fantasy. Yeah,
Cool.
remember how they were spaced out in the original? Stupid. As now the mother gets a song about being a mother. And boy, does she do a great impersonation of
The sets
Russell
look
Crowe
pretty
from
good,
Les
though.
Mis.
Minus the one that,
Have been
well,
scrubbed like a woman possessed, and we're steady and stable.
Oh, wow.
And piles of paper appearing right out of thin air. Because that's what a mother does.
I didn't
What-
know you could
what's
go
that?
through 2 puberties, or that your voice could crack 3 times.
why
while
is there
it
no
happens.
curtains
The
on or
very
blinds
best
on that?
Christmas. That's what a mother does.
Is it they're singing, or
Excuse me
could
for a
it be
minute.
the
I need to
audio?
go back where I was
like,
talking about
equipment?
Ralphie singing. He's really good and the kids are all right. But he does sing better than Maya Rudolph.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming that'll make sense later.
Well, I mean, fair enough. And now we're gonna have a stamps.com, I believe, commercial. Get that bag.
If you're like me, then you're my clone and you've escaped and you can't make it out there on your own. Come home, Doug number 2, come home! And you also hate going to the store to get stamps. It's one of those little inconveniences
I don't
that kind of gets
think
annoying,
I'm Doug
but
number
luckily
2.
you don't have
Wait,
to anymore.
that would
You
make
just get
sense.
them online with stamps.com.
He has pop culture
With
knowledge. I have
stamps.com,
none.
You can access all the services of the post office right
Maybe
from
I
your
am
desk.
Doug number 2.
It's available 24/7, and you can buy and print real U.S. postage stamps for
If
any
me and him
letter
ever
or
met,
any
would it be
package.
like
It's super easy. You just
antimatter?
click, print, and mail. But you might be thinking, what if I have a package
like-
that's kind of heavy and I don't know how many stamps to use? Stamps.com will send
like
you
one
a
end of the spectrum
digital
and then the
scale.
other end of the spectrum?
Yeah, you can weigh
No
your
pop
letters and
culture, not
packages
why did
and
that
print
button?
the exact amount of postage every single time. I use it all the time to pay bills, send out cards, gifts. You can send your cats to Abu Dhabi. I think that's like super illegal, but they do it in comic strips, so it must be cute. Look at him, he looks so relaxed. He needed a vacation. It's a super convenient and easy way to handle your mail without any hassle. And right now, if you use the word nostalgia for this special offer, you receive a 4-week trial, including postage and a digital stamp. So don't wait, go to stamps.com. Before you do anything else,
what was the video? Was it was a nostalgia video where
type in nostalgia.
I think
that way you'll
was
get
it Chester that bit me?
That's stamps.com.
Yeah, I think it was Chester that bit me while I was
right
petting
next
him.
to the radio microphone. And I'm legally required to say don't actually send your cat to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, don't do that.
I mean, I am, but you should. Chaplain, you're going to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, it was Jin and the Holograms. It's in the intro. That's what it was. It was the Jin and the Holograms nostalgia video, where I had the stool there for the cats. I originally had it there for Simba. Rest in peace, Simba. Almost like 14,000 Simba emotes were used this year on my Twitch, which is nuts. I added that for his birthday, and then 2 weeks later, ugh.
So the father gets a letter saying he won a major award from a contest.
That's spicy memories.
As you probably remember, they build up this joke the entire day as to what it could be, or it just comes immediately after the letter.
What?
Then what the hell is the point of the letter?
All right, boys, haul it in.
Yeah, what is it?
Beats me.
I mean, I know what it is. I just stopped caring in this production.
They say all the lines you're waiting for them to recite, like math
Is it a
problems
Christmas
being
tree?
repeated at school.
Fragile.
Yeah, fragile. Yeah. And once again, we get
Or-
almost
oh,
no
it's the
break
lamp.
going from one song number into another.
It's a major award. I want a major award.
I will give this dude credit. He can at least really sing and dance, as well as perform an impressive quick change in one shot
see a
without
Broadway
seeing
actor?
any of the people switching him out of the clothes, as you can see in this behind-the-scenes footage. Of course, it does leave an awkward visual
That's
for
kinda
people
sick.
at home, reinforcing that the special is in fact trying to eat you whenever it can. And the rest of the number is, what's the word
That's
I'm looking
pretty
for?
cool.
Heinous.
And they're dressed like the lamp. Okay. Kind of looks like that one British comedian.
You know, over 60 years ago, they actually ran another live Christmas special. It was an opera called A Mall and the Night Visitors. It was about the three wise men visiting a woman and her disabled child on their journey. And the mother thinks about stealing the gold to help her child who has never been shown any love by the rest of the world. Here's a clip of that scene, for no particular reason.
Why?
What I could do for my child.
Hopefully I don't have to blur anything because of copyright in this. I hope not.
Go to a child they don't even know.
Well, it definitely wouldn't be for this. Or maybe I do. I don't know.
God, I hope you feel as dirty as I do. They go to a Christmas tree farm owned by Ken Jeong. Who check can
Greensboro native, I believe.
Like Christmas Story Live?
Tall trees, short trees, green trees, pastries. Well, Christmas tree humor.
Well,
What
it's
college
no
did he
deep
graduate?
wang,
Was it
but few
UNCG?
things are.
Was it UNCG or he didn't go to
God.
A&T, did he?
Why, this is the happiest non-moving car ride I've ever seen. They get a flat from remaining perfectly still, and if you know the original, you know the following scene fits this special's tone like a glove made of thorns.
Fudge.
But I didn't say fudge. I said the word.
Because again, in the original, they talk like real kids, real parents, real situations. So a scene like this really works in the environment they created. Here it's like somebody saying bitch in Annie. It doesn't match in the
In
slightest.
Annie?
Not that I wouldn't mind seeing that in Annie, but...
Annie?
Now this
What?
is how you do a convincing scream take. Well, I think we
Was
all
that
know
was
what's up next.
Was that it?
Schwartz's mom talking about spelling tests.
Is this because I failed that spelling test?
My heart
Yes.
is broken enough.
But the words were hard. Believe and receive.
I before E, except after C.
Did we get intercepted by another musical? What's going on?
How is it your fault?
How is it not?
No, sorry. We got interrupted by the original special we started out with.
Oh.
At this point, I prefer the spelling
So they
test.
do cuts. They don't
It was
have
over.
all.
I was dead.
It's
What
not just
would
like
it be?
one
The
take
guillotine,
camera thing.
the hanging, the electric chair, drawn and quartered, water torture.
Yeah, you really sound concerned, Broderick. You talk about different ways of being killed like you're picking out nuts.
That's
the guillotine, the hanging, the electric chair.
What should I choose? The
true.
peanuts,
Is it because
the
he
cashews,
said
the
the
almonds?
word?
He says he heard the word from Schwartz, and to Schwartz's mother's credit,
What word did he
played
say?
by Anna Gustier, she mimics the original flawlessly.
You heard it from your son. He heard it from your son. What? What? What?
That sounded like actual Christmas Story for a minute. Take it away! We can't have
I
that
guess
in
there's
this musical.
actual
Do the
energy in
opposite.
it.
Sing a song about Hanukkah or something. Oh, come on, that was a joke. There's really a song about Hanukkah in this?
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh,
right.
oh.
Hell out of nowhere.
Okay.
After Ralphie apologizes to Schwartz, she bursts out
Was that in
singing
the
a
original?
song about Hanukkah.
I think every Jew in this whole state is here inside our home.
Come on,
That mean there's like
it's
6
the
of them?
Hanukkah portion of the show.
That's Pee Wee Herman, right?
One is headed.
Now look, learning about another religion's traditions are fine, but A, there's enough filler in this already. B, it's adding to the already torturous running time.
Yeah.
And C,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
called
yeah.
a Christmas story.
Yeah.
If I went into Easter
What year
parade
was
and they
this?
spontaneously sung about Kwanzaa, it wouldn't really fit.
Raise a glass to the Israelites, living it up for a crazy night.
You know what? Strike that. I'm learning so much
I
more
don't know
about
much about
in this
Hanukkah
one
at
song
all,
than I have
to be
about
honest with you.
Christmas in this entire special.
I know
Goddamn
pretty much
Ohio.
nothing about it, other than
Who the
the
hell
whole
are
candle
Oh,
thing.
Miss Shields, I've got all my Christmas letters to write. I write special messages to every one of my friends and relatives.
I'll teach you how to type.
Sucks. Look, we've already had this special confiscated by other specials. We really don't need another one. Can we please get back to... Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay, playground.
Oh, wait, now I really want to analyze this. Why the hell was that scene in this story? It had nothing to do with the characters. It had nothing to do with the plot. Oh, God, what am I doing? Just get this over with.
But why was that
As
there?
you probably guessed, this scene had to happen at some point.
How did that
Critic
actually
gets
get
his
stuck?
tongue stuck on the pole.
How did that actually happen?
Twice.
Oh no, he just keeps it pressed to
What
it.
is going
Okay,
on?
that makes sense.
Well, you can't confess a thing or you'll get busted.
You know, singing your crime doesn't make me hear it any less. You all have detention.
There's no amendment that
They get
says
him off the
it's
pole
not
and they go on with
incriminating
their
if you
day
sing
as
it.
Ralph finds he gets a C+ on his report.
Mm.
Look at the loser. You only got a C+. C+. A C.
All in favor of skipping this song? Thank you, Christmas Miracles. Wait, I should see if there's anything of potential value.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Nope, here crap. So the
Who was-
bullies
who
drop
was
by
singing? Was that the
again, and
teacher?
in a fascinatingly botched moment, I know so few, Ralphie just attacks him for literally no reason. In the original, the bully
He's just
hit him
minding
with a
his own
snowball,
business.
breaking his glasses. It hurt.
Wait, it
he was
broke his
crying.
glasses?
He was afraid of his father's wrath. A father he loved, but he was kind of afraid of. And on top of that, he was mocked endlessly. It was perfectly built up, so you felt like you would attack too. But here,
in this
he's
one, he
just called
just
names.
has a
Nothing
crash
else.
out.
The bullies called him names all throughout the special. If anything, he kind of looks insane just randomly attacking him at this point. More than usual. But he breaks them immediately afterwards,
What
and
does that watch?
Mother sings about how things
Very
are gonna
small.
be okay. Well, sing is such a strong word.
Notice how the world keeps
Can the camera go down a little bit? I want to see what watch she's
turning
wearing.
back to
No.
laughing, and they're gone crazy, messy.
What's going on with that sink?
Um,
Why is there a curtain underneath it?
Good job there. That was, definitely breathing with words coming out. I couldn't have done that. I mean, I'm doing it now, but the way you did it, I definitely couldn't do that.
From then on, things were different between my mother and me.
Neither of us ever sung again. We shared
Oh.
a bond. Next, they go to the mall to visit Santa, played by David Allen Greer.
David Allen. I've probably seen him in something else. There's a lot of people in
You
this.
nailed the spirit
I've seen
of the
before.
original. The elves here, and the elves from the movie.
Quit dragging your feet.
Hurry up, the store's closing.
Come on.
It's like the movie's looking into a mirror that can't sing.
And give me a towel.
Down the slide.
I'm not your imaginary friend. I got my limits.
I think that's what TV Guide actually said about this special. Ralph gets up there, and just like in the
Climbs up the
original, he's
slide.
told he'll shoot his eye out.
Well,
I love this job.
out of a flask.
It's just like in Living Color, only not funny and somehow more offensive.
I wonder how much like mall
Apparently
Santas
knocks over
make.
the lamp by accident, and the father goes to get the glue. Pretty similar to the original, except it happens on Christmas Eve! Christmas Eve! It just makes everyone look like an asshole! The father looks like
Yeah.
a dick yelling at his wife and going to the store to get glue, and the mother just leaves the kids behind
Why?
because she's
To go
so
where?
angry. These parents
Angry at-
are awful! Just awful! In
A
the
Christmas
original,
Eve.
They were a little awful. awful, likably awful, but here, their Christmas Story too awful. I said it, no regrets, this special sucks! They come home and immediately make up, making this
How are you
all
gonna glue that back
completely
together? It's just
pointless.
like
Since we know you don't
thin
ever want this
plastic.
to end, here's a song about the kids not being able to sleep.
Yeah, I could usually never sleep like the night before Christmas.
You know what this scene needs? That yak from that Ren and Stimpy episode that goes completely insane.
He'll come swerving down the hill, catch the curve around the middle.
Shut up! I can't stand it anymore! All the time! Singing! Why won't he stop?
Christmas morning
because
mercifully comes
it's
as the last
the
20
movie.
minutes. It's pretty much a line-for-line
bowling ball.
reenactment, replacing all the charm and joy with a possibly drunk Broderick.
I knew that Santa and his reindeer had
Reindeer?
already left. My old man was one of the most feared furnace fighters in all of northern Indiana. That I was
Furnace
not only
fighter?
perpetually 4 years old. Oh, my eye's okay. If Schwartz and Flick ever saw me, or at least that's what I kept telling myself.
How did they never do another Inspector Gadget with him?
Oh, he was
I know
Inspector
I'm picking on
Gadget?
him too much, but
Okay,
a
that's
lot
where
of
I know him
people
from.
Really do
I have seen Inspector
underestimate
Gadget.
the passion of the original. So
I actually had
once again,
DVD.
here's the author, a guy who made his living writing, giving acting a shot, against a highly paid Hollywood actor who does this professionally.
My eyes are right. The BB must have hit my glasses. My glasses! Oh no, where are my glasses?
Oh no.
Few things brought such swift and terrible retribution on a kid as a pair of busted glasses.
That's true.
The BB must have hit my glasses. My glasses. Oh no, where were my glasses? Nothing brought such swift and terrible retribution.
How in the
on a
world do you
kid
even get that
as a pair
ricochet?
of busted glasses.
Can you believe the Lion King invited James Earl Jones back, but not me? Weird.
What?
Like the original, he pretends an icicle hit his eye and he gets to keep the gun. The dogs eat the turkey, but forget to take the tablecloth, so the father makes up for that. There you go. And they go to the
What?
Chinese restaurant where, prepare yourself, there's an actual funny joke here.
Oh wait, my friend actually told me what that's actually called a thing. They go see a movie and go to a Chinese restaurant on Christmas.
What were you expecting?
I don't know.
Damn it! That means I have to say I laughed once in this!
Oh, nice. There's a name for that. I know what it is, I just don't want to say it.
Does this mean we both die?
It finally ends with everyone taking a bow, but they never address the most pressing question that the special
Are they both wearing
raised.
plaid?
Did the girl ever learn to tie?
No.
Well, that's the most investment I got!
I mean, they had to put it in for a
Special
reason,
makes me
right?
realize why so many people are hating Christmas Story more and more. Because fewer and fewer people know how to properly represent what made it special. Christmas Story has become
I never
that
heard of it
kitschy
until
lamp.
Nostalgia Critic.
It's loud, ridiculous,
Same
and
with A
people
Christmas
are
Carol.
increasingly embarrassed by
If you
it.
seriously want to go
In the
check out my
original, it was
reaction to
grounded enough
learning
mock
Christmas
such
Story and Christmas Carol,
attachments.
go to my
But
Nostalgia
now
Critic
it's
videos.
become it. This whole special is like one of Ralphie's fantasies, except they're supposed to only last a few minutes, not over 2 hours.
Which is
I'll give
insane.
it credit on a technical level. For a live show, it is amazing how smoothly it went and how good it looks. I'll also say the music for the genre is surprisingly rather good too. It makes me almost want to check out the Broadway show. But
Wait, it's
just
an actual
as a
Broadway
silly
show?
musical, not as a good representation of a Christmas story. Because
They
I
had
believe
something to
more
work
and
on.
more,
They
nobody
literally
can
could have
properly
just
capture it.
Broadway
It's a little
play?
story in a little
Musical?
town
Broadway
about little
musical?
problems, but it's done with great actors,
Cameras.
great writing, and a great director.
More
To go
budget,
this
more sets.
overboard with people who clearly don't understand the source material or what made it so special is a difficult misstep for
'Cause
any Christmas Story fan to watch.
There's no way this is
And I
the
still
same
love
as the
original
Broadway,
the
right?
same way I love the Grinch, despite everyone trying to destroy that too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
simply can't kill a true
I only seen the
classic,
original
but
Grinch.
With that said, this was an impressive attempt.
Random BB Rexa, though. Which, I mean, that's
I'm
dope.
Nostalgia Critic,
Like
and
BB
Christmas
Rexa.
has just begun! Maybe I'll go on that.
Yeah, Christmas is less than 2 weeks away from time of recording. I'm recording this video on the 12th, as it is 1:44 in the morning, and I have one more video to record and then 2 videos to edit. Yeah. If there's a charity shout out whether this video makes it the first day, we'll go to that charity next week's video, as long as they accept the amount. If not, it'll go to a local charity, which will probably be Samaritan's Purse again, just because of Hurricane Helene devastating Western North Carolina. So yeah, after we already raised over $1,200.
My glasses. Oh no, where were my glasses?
Hey, Doug Walker,
I was
doing the
just faking out with the
shout
black
out. If
screen.
you've been watching the news, you probably know that Alaska has suffered a massive earthquake. You can look up footage,
I don't
and
remember this.
pictures, and all sorts of things, and it's just gigantic, and it's really, really devastating. So this week we're going to be doing the American Red Cross specifically for Alaska. The address is going to be down below. You can click on it, and you know, American Red Cross, they specialize in going and helping people out, giving blood, and all sorts of things like that. But this
do we
one,
want to do the Red
specifically
Cross
is for Alaska?
or
so if you click on the link below,
I mean, this was years ago.
there, or if you even want to go and give blood, you know,
so did I do the Red
do,
Cross for
any
Hurricane
donations you
Helene?
make, to any good charity, of course, is welcome. But
or
this
do I
one
just
has
do another
great
one? Because there's a whole
reputation.
bunch of
Everybody's
stuff
heard about
going on
it,
with
and this
like
one is
rumors and
specifically
stuff
for
around
Alaska.
charities.
So
And
if you can, if you have the
hurricane
time or
stuff.
the money or anything,
whatever this video makes in the
anything
first
you have
day,
to give will be very, very helpful.
Shout out to the
So
patrons. I
definitely
wouldn't be able
click
to
on
do that
the
without
below.
them.
Thank you.
I don't remember Alaska ever getting hit by an earthquake. That's interesting. I mean, Alaska is absolutely massive, so but I don't think there's any like. Is there a fault line in Alaska? I mean, that would actually explain the mountain range. Yeah, because mountain ranges the mountains typically are caused by tectonic plates. So actually, you know, there probably is a couple tectonic plates, or well, at least one boundary in, because I know that there's a couple in California, I want to say. So that would make sense. Sorry, I'm a nerd. This is a Christmas Story Live. Yep, it's a thing. It's definitely something. It's a well, the original was a musical. Yeah, the original was a musical, right? Right? I want to say, yeah. I don't know how they ended up with this as the final product. Do they still do live movies for Christmas? Is that a thing? I didn't know that was a thing until now. Like, it gives me big like New Year's Eve fireworks celebration, you know, live show kind of vibes with that kind of deal. But yeah, I maybe look forward to the next video. The last couple of nostalgic videos have been rough to watch and sit through. The last one was actually pretty good. Holiday in Handcuffs is actually way better than this. I would watch that movie 3 times before I watched this movie once, and probably about the same amount of watch time, honestly. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you're subscribed to videos so close to 100,000 subscribers. But until the next video, take care and cue the music.
We were playing